how did Britain end up creating some of the strangest snacks in the world? Today we're looking at the crisps, sweets and chocolate bars that generations of Britons grew up eating but leave visitors completely confused. Pickled onion crisps, chocolate-covered marshmallows, cakes that legally aren't cakes. Some of these have become British icons. Others are almost impossible to explain unless you grew up here. Here are 15 snacks you can only find in Britain. 15. Pork scratchings. To many visitors, pork scratchings sound like a joke. They're not. They're made from fried pork rind with the fat still attached, creating a snack that's crunchy, salty, and unmistakably British. They're especially associated with pubs across the Midlands and the Black Country, where they've been enjoyed for generations. Unlike the lighter pork rinds popular in America, traditional British pork scratchings are much harder, richer, and often come with pieces of fat still attached. It's exactly that texture that surprises foreigners the most. For many Britons, they're the perfect snack with a pint. For everyone else, they usually take some convincing. But that's nothing compared to the crisps that taste like pickled onions. 14. Monster Munch. Few British snacks are as recognizable as Monster Munch. Introduced in 1977, these giant monster foot-shaped crisps quickly became playground favorites. Roast beef, flamin' hot, and perhaps Britain's strangest crisp flavor, pickled onion. To British children, that flavor felt completely normal. To visitors, the idea of turning pickled onions into crisps seems baffling. Yet Monster Munch has survived for almost 50 years. Proof that Britain has never been afraid of unusual flavors. Some crisps look like monsters. The next ones look like bacon. 13. Frazzles. Frazzles have one very unusual claim to fame. They're bacon-flavored crisps, shaped like tiny strips of bacon. Launched in the 1970s, they became one of Britain's best-known lunchbox snacks. Open a packet and you're immediately hit with that smoky bacon smell. Despite containing no actual bacon, they somehow managed to convince your brain otherwise. For many British children, they were completely normal. Visitors often wonder why anyone wanted crisps pretending to be bacon. Britain simply got there first. If you've eaten any of these growing up, let us know in the comments and subscribe for more British nostalgia. Because the next snack divided the entire country. 12. Twiglets. You either love Twiglets or you really don't. There rarely seems to be a middle ground. These crunchy wheat sticks are coated in yeast extract, giving them their distinctive savory flavor. Twiglets have been around since 1929, making them one of Britain's oldest surviving snack brands. Many overseas visitors expect them to taste like pretzels. Instead, they're greeted with something salty, malty, and completely unexpected. For millions of Britons, Christmas wouldn't feel complete without a bowl of Twiglets on the table. For everyone else, they're often a one-time experience. But one famous British flavor didn't stop with Twiglets. 11. Marmite crisps. Explaining Marmite is difficult enough. Explaining Marmite-flavored crisps is even harder. Marmite has divided Britain for over a century. The famous slogan, "Love it or hate it," introduced in the 1990s, became one of the country's most successful advertising campaigns. Turning that flavor into crisps only made things more confusing for visitors. To fans, they're rich, savory, and addictive. To everyone else, they taste like concentrated salt, yet they continue selling year after year. Because Britain has never apologized for loving Marmite, the next snack even confused the taxman. 10. Jaffa cakes. Is it a cake or a biscuit? That question became so important that it ended up in court. Jaffa Cakes combined sponge, orange jelly and chocolate into one of Britain's best-loved snacks. In 1991, a VAT tribunal ruled that Jaffa Cakes were legally cakes rather than biscuits. The reason mattered because cakes are 0 rated for VAT, while chocolate-covered biscuits are not. To most people, it's just a snack. To British tax law, it became one of the country's most famous food cases, and it's almost impossible to explain to someone from overseas. The next snack looks delicate until you bite into it. 9. Tunnock's tea cakes. Chocolate, marshmallow, biscuit, simple ingredients, but put them together and you get something uniquely British. Made in Scotland since 1956, Tunnock's tea cakes have become a national institution. The thin chocolate shell cracks apart before revealing the soft marshmallow inside. Children develop their own rituals. Eat the chocolate first, squash it flat, or try to fit the whole thing into your mouth. No matter how you ate them, they never lasted long. The next snack is named after an animal, but thankfully doesn't taste like one. 8. Percy Pigs. Percy Pigs began life in 1992 at Marks & Spencer. Today they're one of Britain's best-selling sweets. In fact, M&S sells over 18 million bags every year. The soft fruit-flavored sweets have become far more than confectionery. They've become a British icon. Visitors often wonder why a pig tastes like raspberry and grape. Britons rarely question it. Percy is simply Percy. The next snack sounds even stranger. 7. Scampi Fries. Scampi-flavored crisps, usually sold in pubs, often found hanging behind the bar. Scampi fries have been confusing visitors for decades. Seafood-flavored maize snacks don't sound appealing on paper, yet they've built an incredibly loyal following. Alongside bacon fries, they've become part of British pub culture. Many tourists buy them out of curiosity. Some buy a second packet, most don't. But if seafood crisps sound unusual, wait until you hear about the next ones. 6. Space Raiders. Space Raiders proved that a snack didn't need to be expensive to become legendary. Introduced in the 1980s, these alien-shaped crisps often sold for just 10p. That meant a child with one could buy 10 bags. Beef, pickled onion, saucy barbac. They became a lunchbox staple across Britain. Remarkably, they still exist today. Although the price certainly doesn't. Only 5 remain. And the next snack has caused arguments for generations. 5. Wine gums. Wine gums contain no wine. Despite the name, they're simply chewy fruit sweets. Created by Maynards in 1909, they've remained popular for well over a century. Each sweet is stamped with names like port, sherry, or champagne. Visitors often expect alcohol. Children simply expect sweets. It's another example of Britain creating food that somehow makes perfect sense, only if you grew up here. The next one looks harmless until you taste it. 4. Chocolate limes. Hard-boiled sweets with a sharp lime shell and a chocolate center. It sounds like two completely unrelated sweets accidentally joined together. Yet chocolate limes have existed for generations. Sweet, sharp, creamy, unexpected. Most foreigners can't believe anyone thought chocolate and lime belonged together. Yet, somehow, it works. The final 3 are perhaps Britain's most recognizable childhood snacks. 3. Wagon wheels. Wagon wheels always seem to start the same conversation. Weren't they much bigger? The biscuit, marshmallow, and jam sandwich has been around since 1948. While recipes have changed over the decades, many people are convinced they've become noticeably smaller. Whether that's shrinking products or growing memories, the debate never seems to end. one thing is certain: few snacks create more nostalgia. The next one has become one of Britain's greatest crisp flavors, even though most countries don't understand it. 2. Pickled onion crisps. Britain has embraced pickled onion flavor like nowhere else. Monster Munch, Space Raiders, Walkers, Golden Wonder. It keeps appearing. Sharp, tangy, slightly vinegary. To British taste buds, it's completely normal. To visitors, it sounds like someone accidentally flavored crisps with the contents of a pickle jar. Yet it's remained one of Britain's most popular crisp flavors for decades. And finally, the snack that probably sums Britain up better than any other. 1. Sausage rolls. Few snacks are more British than the humble sausage roll. Walk into almost any town in Britain and you'll find them. Corner shops, petrol stations, supermarkets, bakeries, and, of course, Greggs. A sausage wrapped in flaky puff pastry sounds simple, but Britain has turned it into a national institution. Every year, Britons buy well over 100 million sausage rolls from Greggs alone, making it one of the company's best-selling products. Then add supermarket bakeries, independent bakeries, and homemade versions, and the true number runs into the hundreds of millions. To many visitors, it's surprising that something often seen as party food elsewhere is an everyday snack here. People eat them for breakfast, lunch, on the train, at football matches, or simply because they happen to walk past a bakery. They're warm, cheap, filling, and unmistakably British. Perhaps that's why they've become more than just a snack. They've become part of everyday British life. And if you wanted to explain Britain's food culture to someone from another country, you could do a lot worse than handing them a warm sausage roll. So now we're curious, which British snack do you think foreigners would find the strangest? And what snack do you think should have made this list? Let us know in the comments.